going to happen, Brendan. I think the
outside. I gotta agree with you.
First.
Oh. Is one car...
Oh! The big one!
Many cars involved. Big crash. Someone up on their lid.
That was the Mick Big one right there because McDonald.
Oh my. Looks like 12 Gar. He's the only one who got out of that.
He is so far alone right now that he can cook dinner, call his girlfriend, and still win this qualifying race. How about that?
Back.
But as you know, Brennator, yes, it feels good to win this qualifying race, but if you don't have the fastest time, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But I guess this race is over because they are slowing now.
Yeah, they're slowing down.
Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you that first stage. That's where you're wondering what was the broadcast doing and all that stuff.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Having
Okay.
difficulties. Yes.
I personally think that the guy to watch here in this race is KY Colonel, man. He's always shown speeds at the plate tracks. And
He reminds me
that
a little bit
four-car-
of... He reminds me a little bit of Ricky Stenhouse. He can be like really, really aggressive. You know what I mean?
It's gonna be a wild card race for sure. Anybody can win it.
Correct, sir. Anybody can win this race. Who will come out on top? Nobody knows. That's for the fans to tune on in. I think this race today will be decided on pit strategy, smarts, and commitment.
Absolutely. What's the tire wear? And fuel consumption?
Tire, I believe, 3 times.
3 times. So
Now the question
they're
will
gonna
be-
pit about... Go ahead.
The question will be is will they have to make green flag pit stops? Because if they make green flag pit stops, there'll be a lot of mistakes going into pit road.
And green flag is out.
The 24 is leading him heading into turn 1. The bottom line looks more organized, but the 3 car has been unorganized so far in qualifying, guys.
On my screen, they're all over the place.
Oh. Yeah, my screen too. Oh, big wreck!
That is
That's a
massive,
3
massive.
car.
Oh.
They're going down the backstretch for the first time. 24 leading.
The 88's on the outside. He has 0 help, but he's going further to the back. All he's got is the 1 car. They are racing 2 by 2 from 5th place on, heading to the start-finish line. We got the 24 leading, the 3 behind him. He ducks out, now comes back low. The 3 ducks back low. It could be a big crash to the 48's on the apron, shoves the 12 up.
And they come down into turn 1 and 2. The 3 car looks like he's
Big
going to
wreck.
make the outside. Here he comes, the 3 car on the outside. Oh, ducks back into line as they come back down the backstretch.
And they're coming down the backstretch. 24 leading, 48 behind him. Is the 3 car trying to make the outside work, but nobody's really going with him.
Oh, big moment from KY there as he got shuffled out of line, but he comes back in. Now the 3 car is heading towards the back. He's got no help on that outside at all. The 24 is leading with his teammate, the 48 car. HS, the qualifying race winner in P3. HS dips high low. 3 cars heading further to the back as we do this, as we head off to my man Trevor.
As they cross the start-finish line, there was 1 car below the yellow line. We'll see what they do about that. The 48 is in second. What will he do with the 24 ahead of him as they go down? As they come off turn 2 and go down the...
They're pretty organized right now. Is 48 behind, pushing the 24. It's pretty early on in the race, so you don't really want to battle too much.
So far, what I'm noticing from the guys from 4th on really want to be aggressive here. I feel like the 12 car could lead an outside line Congo, if you will, just to try and get momentum, because the 48 and the 24 aren't organized at all. And plate racing, you need to be organized. Oh, the 95! He has had some trouble. We have missed what is going on with him, but he is slow and turn on the back stretch. Sorry, front stretch.
As they're going down through 1 and 2, looks like the 24 got a little bit loose, and the 48 will take the lead as they are about 3 wide going down the backstretch. And contact! Big wreck! Big crash!
Big crash!
And that's definitely going to bring a caution out.
Manual caution. Oh, the 1 is involved. The 24, the 88, 4 car, 12 car.
Just about everyone got damaged in that wreck.
To me, it looked like the 4 car had contact going 3 wide to 24 and caused that.
My goodness. Is that a caution or a manual caution?
Manual. And they are wadding it up. The 95 is now spin out, heading towards the start finish line.
Now, the question will be, will you pit here?
I would imagine just for these guys to get their setups in here.
Well,
still too early.
Well, yeah,
race.
absolutely. But let's not forget, we have 3 times.
I got an answer
Tyler.
at my door, but I got the pizza man here, so I'll be back in like 2 minutes, guys.
But one thing I gotta point out, somewhere like Daytona or plate tracks in general, tire wear isn't really, I would say, the most important thing. I wouldn't be surprised if a few people just take 2 tires or just go fuel only.
With the we'll see who pits here and who doesn't, as looks like we are going back green flag this time by, with a 24 and the 3 car on the front row.
And we're back green flag racing. The 24 got a great jump. 3's gonna slot in line.
Will the outside lane work this time, or will it fall apart?
Well, it looks like there's only 2 people up there, so I feel like the bottom's gonna prevail here.
As the bottom prevails coming off turn 2, the 3 car looks like to make a move on the 24, but stays in line.
Single file. Actually, pretty much single files. We got 24, 3, 31, 48, and 1 in your top 5.
As they come off turn 4 for the first time at full speed. As they hit the start finish line, the 3 looks content to stay behind the 24. Or do they have an alliance together, or are they just playing nice because it's early?
As pretty, the 42 is falling back. I'm not sure what happened to him. Maybe he made contact with somebody.
They're trying to start a second lane on the top, but looks like
it's like the 31 and 95 trying to make a high line, but it's not really gonna work against like 2 cars against like 10 cars.
As the 95, oh, and we have a big crash coming off of the tri-oval. That should be a caution.
I think the one car was involved in that. I'm not even sure what happened.
The 21 was involved. I can't tell who this is. The 42 was involved. The 1 was involved.
Was KY Colonel involved?
I'm afraid KY may have caused that one.
Just caught the tail end of it. I thought he was 3 wide.
And as we are under the second full course caution here at Daytona.
We've had some great racing so far. Lots of action.
Now, boys.
It's only just about 10 laps in.
You guys are both drivers. What would you do in this situation here?
I would stay out for the track position.
I would pit, but I would probably just go fuel only.
I honestly would have pitted that way. If you have some cautions, maybe 3 cautions. But the 3 is lagging bad. This
The 3
could be a wreck.
Oh, as they're going down into the 1 and 2, the
Oh, 12! It's on the apron. Good save by HS Racing.
The 24 is trying to make that outside lane work, but he goes down to the bottom. Is there some really bad lag?
What happened to the 42? I think someone may be lagging here.
Someone's definitely lagging. It's the 3 car. Now the 88's lagging. That means on the backstretch, she's lagging right in front of the 1.
95 trying to hold the position. It's a 3 pushing
As
him.
we're on board with the 1 car.
24 4.
I am so happy for Goofy. He works so hard all season. He's a fundamental guy of.
Oh, we got a big wreck. Oh, and the 21 hits the 1 car.
4 cars involved. 4 cars involved. Big wreck
let's
there.
hope Motorsports Games is okay after that vicious hit. Let's hope he's okay.
24. I think there was a 1 car involved there.
Oh man.
As the 95
Got the 9.
is in the lead of this race.
You got the 95, 3, 88, 4, and I think, not sure, is in the 5th position. I think that's 42.
Man, a commentator's normally not supposed to be biased, but I want that 95 car to do well. He's earned it, he's deserved it, and let's just hope that we get a great show for all of us in the booth.
And as we're about to go back green flag here at Daytona, the 95 is in the lead, and the 95 shoots off and hits the start-finish line, and we're back green flag racing.
95 got a good jump there, getting pushed by KY in the 48. In the 4, sorry.
There is some lag all over the place.
That outside lane's working better this time.
Oh.
What will the 4 do?
I don't like where this is going.
And
will they keep it?
The 3 is on the outside of the 95.
Big wreck.
Oh, come on. Oh.
Oh, they're 3 wide in the middle of the pack. And they wreck behind them.
Big crash.
And the 95 is spun. Big crash.
Oh.
Blue Jimmy's involved. Goofy's involved. Motorsports is involved. 24 is upside down. 3 is upside down.
I think this is just lag.
Yeah, just 100% lag.
Yeah, because that's what I'm seeing on my screen.
Because the 48 is all over the place.
This 4 car takes the lead from the 95.
There's a 48 and 1 are behind him.
Oh!
The 1 car is looking like he's playing Mario Kart.
48's in below.
And the 31 with a great save coming off turn 4.
We've got the 4 car leading the field.
Because right now we are at the front of the track. We have KY
And the 48
Colonel,
will go to the outside.
48's going high. Will he have help? There seems to not be any so far. What will Motorsports do? Now Motorsports is up there. 48 was gonna
Oh,
come
the
high,
48
then
was-
go low.
Oh, the 48's gonna wreck the 4 car.
Oh! You see the 24 in the background just laying off because he probably knows something's about to go down in that front three.
I think
Oh
we're
my
getting
gosh.
major lag. because
Yeah.
I'm watching Motorsports and Scream, and none of this is happening.
Yeah.
So far, KY Colonel is leading. He continues to lead going through turn 2. Seems to be a single line so far.
And I'm going to remind you, a fuel run here is about maybe 10 to 15 laps, so they might need a pit here in the next few.
You should definitely expect these boys in 7 to 8 laps. Definitely.
As they come off turn 4. Nobody's diving down to pit road now. It seems like the lag is slowing down a little bit.
Whoa!
Whoa! Are they wrecking?
And can't tell if they're wrecking or not.
Yeah, this is so bad.
Yeah.
Like, this is like I'm seeing cars like upside down and like.
Yeah, me
That's
too.
nice.
Me
Great
and
save by the
Boy
31
Blue
again.
48 fan, and he's trying to size up KY Colonel, but he has no help.
Is the oh
Whoa!
Oh!
Whoa!
That's
great
lag.
save.
That's definitely lag, but great save.
I think that's the top 6, pretty separated from the rest of the field.
These top 6 they definitely need to work together if they're be smart in order to save their race. Right now, the
Doesn't
Blue
look like
Jimmy
the-
is glued to that 4 car's bumper.
Doesn't look like the 21 really wants to play with anybody who wants to go on the outside. He's in the inside of the 80. Oh. Trying to get in the inside of the 88.
See that 48? Whoa!
Oh!
Is that an actual? No, it's not. Right.
Nah, it's not. It's so hard. I'm trying to go through these streams.
You see the 88 laying back here. This is even though there's lag, I can tell this is getting really dicey.
Still on board, Blue Jimmy 48 fan now. He has no help trying to pass KY Colonel, but they are definitely getting dicey. Third on back, trying to figure out what will they do. It's lap 23 of 40 here.
See back on the pack if there's any battles. You got a 4-car pack with the 3, 31, 42, and the 95. Just trying to catch that lead pack.
Oh, it looks like the 21 passed below the yellow line.
I think he might be called down for a pit road speeding penalty.
Or the 12, I mean, sorry. The 12 and the 21 look
He will
just
be
alike.
subjected to review after that. 48 tried to make a run at the 4, but the 4 just cut him off heading into turn 1.
As we're looking at the 4 car. High above in the Goodyear blimp. As on my
These
screen,
cars
they're
are pretty
bumping like
organized
crazy.
right now.
On my screen too, they're wrecking like crazy. But on Blue Jimmy's
The 4 is
screen,
coming into the pit
4
road
cars.
by himself.
Whoa.
4 coming to pit road.
I don't think that was
That's
a smart
a little
idea.
early in my opinion.
Oh,
Tires
and,
Just
fuel.
threw away the race.
and it looks like they're the 3 is on pit road. The 42, the 31, and the 95 are also on pit road.
Everyone in that second pack pitted right there. As if I'm these drivers, I will be taking fuel only because tire wear doesn't really matter at a play track.
Definitely. The only thing that matters is who your friends are and how fast your gas man is. Because
Feel like
Daytona,
KY
a
might
lot
have
of
been-
people definitely want to win it. And KY came with no help. As he alluded to, he shot himself
Yeah.
right in the foot.
Big
And the
mistake
48
right
is still out on the radar.
Next time.
The
He's gotta
42
come
is
this
in the
time.
way,
He has the fuel light.
and they get him around him
I
cleanly.
think everyone's got to come this time.
Oh, that was a close
Good job,
one.
Kyle
Even
Wilford.
Packer 42.
Oh, and the 12 hits 24.
We think the 48's coming this time on lap 26 of 40 here for his one and only stop.
Will they all pit together, or will they? The 48 comes this time,
And 48, 88.
and the
They're all
12 stays
coming.
out.
12
Except for the
stays out.
12.
Big mistake. Big mistake.
That was a
right
huge
there.
mistake by the 12 car.
The car closest to him is currently the 42 of
Now-
Kyle Weatherman.
I don't understand the thinking here from some of these drivers. I'm on board some of the streams and they don't want to take the full 2 cans.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, I'm not sure they really have to, or do they?
Because if we're looking at the fuel windows here, to my mistake, they're 4 laps short of a fuel cycle. Depending on how much you lift and coast at a draft, you can't save that at Daytona. Granted, it's extremely hard to do, but you can't save it.
Here comes the 4 car around the 88. As the 48 is coming off turn 2 now. Will the 4 car have the momentum to catch the draft of the 48 car going down the backstretch?
What I would do if I was these guys, if he can't make it on this cycle, I would pit in 2 laps time and stick it with another 2 cans. It's risky, but I feel like with the track position and the undercuts at Daytona here, it's your best friend to do so.
Well, if you don't really need to take the full 2 cans, like maybe they might take 1 can and like save time on pit road. We don't
So
really know.
far, it looks like Blue is in a class of his own right now in his Lowe's Cobalt Chevrolet.
Representing, of course, Jimmy Johnson, his favorite driver.
You have KY Colonel in second, and you have HS in third. You have the 88 car in fourth.
Which the 88 is gonna pass. Looks like it's gonna pass the 12 car. Now can the 12 and the 88 work together and try and work their way up?
And I feel like that's the only shot they have of beating Blue Jimmy 48 fan, unless
So he is just completely, like, out there. I want to point out KY is completely out there as well.
And the 3 and the 95 are working together, as well as the 88 and a 12.
I mean,
As the
I
12
think it's
leaves the
very
88
unlikely.
out to dry.
My bad to interrupt you there, but I think it's very unlikely that the 4 can link up with the 3rd and the 4th place car in order to try and catch the 48 here. If we don't get a caution, I think if the gas and go, that these guys can definitely make it. I'd say half a can. What are your thoughts?
I would
That's
just
the quickest
put 1
way.
can in just to be safe. Just put 1 can to be safe.
If I was KY, I would come down pit road next time by. I would just do a half a can and call it a life.
I mean, I like what KY is doing, but I don't. I like him short pitting, but if you're pitting on your own, what's the point, you know?
As he's going through 3 and 4 right now, coming off turn 4. And he's gonna pass the pit lane and go for another lap. As they're
Not
heading into
entirely
turn
sure
1 and 2.
how long he could go. It would be smart to pit here within the next lap or 2.
As they're going down the backstretch. All by himself.
We are lap 31 of 40. Blue Jimmy 48 fan is in a commanding lead over KY Colonel, but the gap is really stabilized just because that neither of them have drafting help. This is where the pit window is open up, and they're both pitting.
48 coming down pit road. 4 cars not
stays
coming.
out.
4 stays out.
Wow.
The 20, the 12, and the 88 stay out as well.
There's
Will
no
the
way
overcut work?
I don't even know if he can. Like, can he save 4 laps of fuel with no
By
draft?
himself? No way. So Blue Jimmy 48 fan is pulling a Frankie Stoddard move in the 2002 All-Star race. Let's see if it will pay off for him as he rejoins in position 8 of 13.
See, the 4 car is not pitting.
And the 12 and the 88 are staying out as well.
I don't know what KY is doing, honestly. He's got to pit, like, now. Yes, if he wants a chance to win.
And we got the 42, a lap car in front of the 4 car. Will the 42 slow the 4 car down?
95 is heading into pit road, guys. Let's see if he takes the half a can. 3's also in. The 124 and the 31 are really starting to make some headway together.
And the 4 car stays out.
He's still not.
No, he's coming down pit road.
He's coming. He's
And the
coming.
88 and the
Jimmy is
12.
on the backstretch. Where is KY Colonel?
KY is pitting.
This is the race right here, boys. Let's see where KY rejoins.
As he's hit his pit box.
We got the 12 and the 88. Still
And
staying
here comes
out,
the
but they're gonna have to pit, definitely.
Here comes the 4 car coming out of pit road.
Do we have a caution?
Caution's out!
Caution's out!
This
And the-
changes everything, boys.
Wow! 8 laps to go, 9 laps to fuel.
And guess what,
Now I
guys?
think it's best to get tires.
And guess what? Looks like the 4 will take the lead with his pit
Oh
stop.
boy.
This is amazing.
The timing when
And I
he
don't
hit
think
pit
they
road
need
when the
it.
caution came out was the perfect time.
12, we're definitely gonna have to hit on this caution here.
And as the 4 takes the lead with the 48, a Blue Jimmy 48 on the
Got
outside.
4, 48, 12, 88.
And we're green flag racing here at Daytona.
Lap 37 to the 4, the 48 and the 4 side by side. Who's going to get the
48
edge?
with
Heading into
no
turn
help.
1.
48 with no help.
No help with the 48 car.
Ooh.
And the 48 tries to get himself
There's
into the
caution.
bottom lane. Oh, there's a caution with less than 2 laps to go.
This is overtime at Daytona. How about that?
Daytona. Who
I
do you
personally
like here?
think I like
Who do you like
motorsports
here?
games in P4. He knows how to do this before. He's a seasoned veteran to play tracks. This is his specialty, and play tracks favor the aggressive. I like motorsports.
I'm taking the
You
48
know-
car.
Plate racing can be kind of crazy, so I'm gonna go with someone toward the back of the pack. I'm gonna go with that 21 car.
And we're green flag racing
the
here
95.
at Daytona at overtime.
So far, the 4 has gotten a better start than the 48.
3 cars on the high line.
Oh,
Could get
Oh,
dicey coming
they
out.
wrecked behind him.
Mess this
Is that,
up.
is that a wreck?
We got a wreck in the back.
Will they get to the finish line?
Oh,
Another
more
wreck.
contact.
24 in the 1 car.
And now there's a
The
3
12
car
is
battle
lagging
for the lead.
bad.
With the
It's
4
between
car.
The 12 and the 48.
And then as they come off turn 4, coming down
You
to
gotta
take
make it
the
to the
white
flag
flag.
there. Gotta make it to the flag.
As the 4 car takes the white flag. We're on the final lap of the race and the season. Who's going to take the checkered flag?
48
I think
might just
Blue
have to
Jimmy's
wreck.
got him. He's in the sucker hole position.
I think the
Pull
48
up,
is
use the
probably
side draft.
He's gonna have to wreck him to pass him.
No,
And
he's
that's-
not. He's just gonna have to use the side draft.
Oh!
As they're side by side going down the backstretch.
What's
Who's going to
that
take the
12 car gonna
win?
do? What's that 12 car gonna do?
Will this
KY
be a
with the preferred
slider?
line!
As they come up turn
got
4 for the final
Coming
time of
down.
the year.
Who's it
The
gonna
48
be?
makes
The
a move.
48.
Side by
The 4
side!
car
KY Colonel!
takes the checker flag and wins the last race of the season.
What a run for KY Colonel. Just what a run.
You gotta give an effort in the call to Blue Jimmy, man. He was trying to size him up,
100%.
and it just
100%.
went the wrong way for him. You gotta applaud him for trying.
They got KY, congratulations to you. You have won the race. And then we got Blue Jimmy, Heartbreak, second place. And that 12 car coming in third.
As hopefully we get to talk to the top 3 of this final race of the season.
I believe the 1 car got 4th. 25 got 5th. Or 21, sorry.
You have 31 and 6, 88 and 7, 24 in 8th place. 95 and 9th, 3 car in 10th, and rounding out the fields, Kyle Wilford.
Wow. What a race. Have you ever?
No, I've never.
No, I've never.
As we have
Wow.
as we were trying to see if the top 3 will join us for the final moments of the season.
Invite him. Invite him.
Let's see who we can get here first.
Someone's gonna have to invite HS. I don't have him as a friend.
Neither do I.
I got it.
We got Blue Jimmy, second place finisher. Take me through that last lap, or that last restart.
Chaos. That's all I can say. One end you got, well, I mean, honestly, one end you got HS, who's like lagging all over the place, and obviously I know that lag is obviously a very huge problem, especially on the plate tracks. On the other end, I was trying to help. I was trying to help the one there. I kept telling him stay high, stay high, stay high. But then he went down low. Then all of a sudden I got a huge run on. On KY, but Yeah, I honestly could have tried something differently. Obviously, I could have just stayed locked up to Bumper, and hopefully he would have messed up off a 4. I would have gotten to his inside. But that was a great battle. KY, I'm telling you one thing. I mean, this kid can seriously drive. I'm telling you one thing. I'm telling you one thing. He just hasn't had the luck though. He hasn't had the luck though to prove it. But he has proven himself. No doubt about it for me. But yeah, great way to end off the season. Let's some laps. I tried to pull something there at the end, but that caution came at a really bad time. But I'll still take a runner up, and hopefully we'll be back for better than ever for next season. Hopefully we'll
Before we get to our
go
winner,
for it all.
I have one last question for Blue. With you winning all the races that you have this year, do you consider yourself the favorite for next year?
I really wouldn't technically say that, especially with the new drivers that we have coming into the league. Obviously, I know KY, Trent, a bunch of other new drivers are starting to come in, and I think honestly, what was it? And I honestly think with what I was able to do with me starting to run this, it's kind of sparked that new wave of drivers, and trying to bring in this adding, like I said, adding more people to the league, trying to build it up, trying to become one of the next big things. I think I've definitely played a huge part in that, and with me going into next year as one of the favorites, I would definitely say that, because Chris Hughes, Motorsports, we always put on great battles whenever we race each other. So I'm really looking forward to that, and yeah, can't wait for 2020. Gonna give it everything we got. Feel the bird.
All right.
Congratulations on second place.
Yeah, congratulations on your second place. And do you have anyone you want to shout out before you head off?
No, not. Well, obviously, obviously, I do want to shout out as usual. I do want to shout out Chris. I do want to shout out Hughes News Gaming. He's been a really huge supporter of me, and whatever things weren't going my way, I always turned to him. And he's been there for me every step of the way. I also want to thank I also want to thank some other people involved within the Carnation Cup, especially C Workman 388 for believing in my driving, and I will be signed on his team for Season 4 Carnation Cup for next year. And I'm also happy to all the fans, to all the new subscribers of my channel, and to all the new friends I've made from this racing league. It really just means the absolute world to me, and yeah, I cannot wait to hopefully build on that next year.
That's great. Congratulations on the season, and good luck with your races on the off season.
Thank you, man.
What are your thoughts about that last restart and your win tonight?
So when the final restart happened, it shifted stuff. I didn't really know how me and Blue Jim were going to play out there. I knew he had the lead of 5 seconds. I didn't know really what he did. I guess when he short pitted, I didn't really know what he did. I was thinking maybe he took a half can and then he was going to take 2 cans there at the end. I was hoping that was the thing, so I'd catch back up. But the green white checkered helped, I guess. But what a race! Led most of the second half of it, and it's great to bring it home P1, and especially on the regular season finale. I just don't really know what to say right now. It's great.
What
What
were your thoughts about heading to pit road as late as you did? What was your thoughts on that?
That was the plan. I was planning to run out the tank both times. I was just keeping it simple, not trying to short pit. I was planning just to keep it simple.
Were you scared when the 48 pitted?
When he short pitted, yes, it did change my mind. It did give me second thoughts of what I was gonna do, but I stuck with what I was gonna do the whole time when it came down to the end of it.
KY, heading into a brand new game in Heat 4, what does this do to your confidence heading into it?
Well, the confidence now is high, I guess, but Heat 4, from what we've seen, is going to be totally different with new physics and stuff. So, basically a new ballpark of getting used to the new physics and everything else there is, but we'll see what we can do in Heat 4.
So, last question. Do you have any expectations for next year?
Just to be consistent, do good with our Force America team entering the Racing League. Great win for us tonight. Just trying to be consistent, get top 5 in points by the best. That's all we're hoping for.
Well, congratulations on your win, and hopefully you have more wins in the next season.
Thank you. And good luck to y'all in the booth.
Thank you. We are joined by our third place finisher tonight, HS. What are your thoughts on that last restart?
Disappointment is pretty much all I can say, and I feel horrible about what happened. I honestly don't know what to say. I had a fast car all race, and I had a good strategy going before that caution came out with, I think, 7 laps to go. But then once we had those other restarts, lag took over, and I felt like had I not lagged when I was up in KY's draft, I feel like I could have been in position to get by him on the last lap. But congrats to him. That's really cool for him to get the win. Just really disappointed with what happened.
Question, on that final restart, do you think there's anything you could have done better, or is it just like, I did all I could do, kind of?
I wish that once they told me I was lagging, I wish I pulled off and gotten out of the way so that they could have had a better shot. That's really the only thing that I wish I had done differently. But, yeah.
With the off season ahead of us and the 2020 season next year, what are your expectations for 2020?
I feel like, I think we could maybe come back and do good and, Heat 4 with its new physics. Hopefully all that stuff will be fixed. And we're going to be coming back to be driving the number 12 in Season 2 again, so really excited about that. I think we can maybe do good, have some consistent finishes, and hopefully catch that first win.
All right, well, congratulations on your third place finish, and we'll hope to see you in Victory Lane next year.
All right, thank you.
All right, that's your third place finisher, and we got to interview our top 3 tonight. Before we end this off, do you guys have any last thoughts of this race and the year?
What a race! Just what a race!
Honestly, from my personal thoughts, there's been a lot of action this year, a lot of camaraderie that has been built between the drivers, the supporters, and fans. I wanted to thank everybody that's come out, including us as in the commentary booth this season. I want to thank Trevor for everything that he's done for this league this season. It takes an unsung hero to come up here and be in this booth and do things that he does. So just want to thank him, and I want to thank the drivers for putting on a great season and the fans for coming out. And let's hope that we improve and be bigger and better in Season 2.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I feel like, I know I was pretty much here for one race, but that was an awesome race. Like, pretty much 10 out of 10.
Well, the 2019 season is behind us. The Winter League is upon us. And after that will be the 2020 season. Well, thank you everyone for watching, and we'll see you next year here on the Racing League YouTube channel. Good night, everyone.